lighting in their...
This is my audience. I'm doing deforestation and wildlife loss. I want you guys to imagine standing in the middle of a forest. You hear birds chirping, animals moving, and water flowing. And then all of a sudden, you hear chainsaws chopping trees down, bulldozers moving trees and logs out of the way. That's what deforestation is. The forest begins to disappear and it becomes smaller and smaller as patches begin to be shown in different areas around the forest. Animals start dying and losing their homes. And the forest, such as the Amazon forest, is one of Earth's most vital and natural resources, and it's being destroyed day by day. Even though we don't see deforestation on social media or on the news, it can be one of the most catastrophic events that's happening every single day. If deforestation continues to happen, global warming could increase, wildlife decreases, and it can impact our future. Today, I'm going to explain how deforestation is destroying ecosystems and threatening wildlife, how human activities are leading cause of deforestation, and how protecting our forests is essential, and everyone has a role in the solution. Deforestation and wildlife loss has caused many animals and tribes to lose their homes. However, when deforestation happens, is the permanent removal of wildlife in any area. Fires begin to happen, trees get chopped down, a lot of stuff happens that shouldn't have happened. Deforestation around the world, according to the IFAW, deforestation around the world removes carbon sink, disrupts the water cycle, and it creates negative cycles. When forests are cleared, countless species lose their homes, and the resources that humans use the wildlife need, they decline. Today, I'm going to talk about how deforestation is destroying ecosystems and threatening wildlife, how human activities are the leading cause of deforestation, and how to protect the forest is essential, and everyone has a role in the solution. How deforestation is destroying ecosystems and threatening wildlife. 17% of the Amazon rainforest in the last 50 years is getting destroyed. According to wildlife.org, fires, infrastructure, agriculture is the leading cause around the world to deforestation. All wildlife is affected, but the most common animals are Asian elephants, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, and jaguars. Deforestation disrupts neighboring forests and neighboring towns. It could also lead towns such as increased oil erosion, disruptions in water cycles, and increased greenhouse gas emissions. Jonathan Watts is a person who lived in the Amazon rainforest. He experienced fires all over the Amazon rainforest in just one night. He walked outside and he saw that there was a dark orange appeared in the sky around dusk, so around 8 p.m. When he was in the Amazon, he then learned that multiple fires were happening all around that night. He only just saw one, so it was news to him. He states that the Amazon provides home to millions of species and humans. More than 90% of the fires in Amazon are started by clearing trees for cattle and for agriculture. The night that Jonathan saw these fires were taking place, he was shocked because he saw the Amazon dying it was like a first person view. And then indigenous communities and tribes were losing their homes, and it was super sad for him. How human activities are a leading cause to deforestation. According to climateimpact.com, agriculture expansion, so farms, a lot of that does happen here in places like Mecca and Thermal, how agricultural expansion is kind of spreading and a lot of trees and stuff are getting taken down. Logging, a lot of logging nowadays is illegal. So logging that takes a lot of birds' homes away, a lot of animals' homes away. Trees help with the oxygen and the carbon that all around the world, so that is a big problem. Mining is also another problem because it just creates bad toxic stuff in the air, and it can be dangerous to anyone that's kind of in that environment. And then urban development. So now that our planet is also growing with people also, urban development also begins to increase with cities expanding and highways are also expanding. Deforestation in the Amazon is also from cattle ranching, soy production, and illegal logging. There's a project in the Amazon that they're trying to build a highway through it. And then they're also trying to build a hydroelectric dam that's going through the Amazon as well. Why deforestation continues. According to greenearth.com, the why deforestation continues is the growing demand for land. A lot of people want some of their land these days, like in how, not in a jungle perhaps, but like in the high desert such as Joshua Tree, people have acres of land. So high demand for land is also one of the reasons. It can be from expansions of agricultural farms in cities. So like I said previous, farms are becoming more common and it takes up a lot of land. And then now that our planet is growing bigger, cities are also beginning to expand. And yeah, there's an increased need for resources. So such as wood, paper, just all of that, like just space in general. That's also another deforestation. And then intensive crop cultivation, which is like the more demand for crops and the more area that crop needs to grow. Those are also another reason why. According to Greenpeace.org, the ways that we can protect our forests is environmental laws. The United States does have some environmental acts, such as protecting national forests, for example. So the national forests can be protected. A lot of the forests in the United States are also protected. So that would be like no illegal logging can happen in the United States, or it can't come from out of the country into the United States. Governments must hold suppliers such as beef, soy, palm oil, and paper, even though those are high demands of products. But if we want deforestation to become less, then we would need to halt those products. And then volunteer planting trees. Volunteer planting trees is also a huge thing that people can do. It can just increase the oxygen around the world, and yeah. And then how everyone can help. How everyone can help is better food choices, consuming less food, so not overfilling or stuffing yourself. Avoid single-use packaging. Choose recyclable wood products, so no plastic, no paper products. Wood products would be the best. Advocate better climate solutions, and teach the future generation about forests through books and outdoor exploring. And then in conclusion, we talked about how deforestation is destroying ecosystems and threatening wildlife. We talked about how human activities are the leading cause of deforestation, and how to protect the forest is essential for everyone and has a role in the solution. So whether you're sitting on the river, whether you're sitting in the forest, as I said, you're listening to all the animals and stuff like that, or looking online about nature and how deforestation can be stopped. Trees are getting destroyed and ecosystems are becoming like an all-time zero. Humans have made this a problem, and they continue to make it worse for the more demand for resources. Illegal logging and urban cities are also people are stripping a lot of the materials and minerals that are needed for the earth. Our forests have to offer, so a lot of the materials and resources that our forest has to offer are becoming lost, and our planet is on a course to dying like soon. Our choices now decide whether our forest and our planet is going to be alive later, just by making the small changes as changing to wood products, consuming less. It can make a change in saving our forests and saving the planet.